Alright guys, so for 40,000 subscribers, I'm working on a lot of changes, maybe a collab, and a bunch of other things, but one of the things that I've been focusing on is the description. You see, my description is bland compared to some other people, and I don't have a lot of links in there. At the same time, while that can be a good thing since you're directed towards one thing in the description always, if you take a look here, it's this video. In another sense, it's really inconvenient to a lot of you guys who are looking for other information, such as how to join one of my clans. Better yet, instead of going to my site and digging around trying to find a clan, why not put all the clans in the description? It's logical. Then I decided a lot of people ask about screen recorder. What do I use? Put that in the description as well, and of course that leads to a video, and you guys should know how to use that once you watch that video. Same goes for how I play Clash of Clans on PC. That's going to be in the description now. There's going to be my favorite videos, there's a little section for that as well, and then there's just the casual links to Twitter and all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll ever end up making a Facebook page. I don't know, it kind of seems unusual for me, but who knows, we'll see. This is what it's gonna look like. I made it, well, I spiced it up a little bit. As you guys can see, we got Twitter section blocked off, we have most asked questions, and if you guys, I want you guys to leave anything below that you think I missed inside of this description. So I don't know, maybe I forgot to answer a certain question that you guys see a lot. In that case, feel free to leave it and I'll link that to a video or something along those lines. And here are the main clans. Then of course this just leads to the site for the other 3 clans. Over here we got the exclusive content, my favorite videos. This is going to be whatever video gets like the most views or the most likes of an entire month. So if you guys for some reason miss it, then it'll always be in the description right there, and anyone who's new should hopefully be linked to there. And of course my usual promise. So all that's now in the description. So hopefully that's a little bit more convenient to all you guys and of course the new subscribers. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So I wanted to make this video a countdown instead of a count up, since I always seem to be doing things that go from 1 to 100, 1 to 50, 1 to 10, and that's kind of boring. Let's start with number 13 this time around, and I'm going to try to make it so it goes from the least worst to the worst thing that you can possibly do. So the least worst thing you can possibly do is probably remove something on someone's base. Now it kind of depends on what exactly you remove. If you remove this thing over here, they're gonna be like, okay, go for it. But if you were to go ahead and remove one of these cauldrons or a Christmas tree like my buddy did to me, then I would probably be pretty ticked off, since those things don't come back. Once you lose them, they're gone, and it ticks a lot of people off. Number 12 on the list, I almost said number 2, but number 12 on the list has to do with donations. A lot of people go to these clans and then they request, and they never ever seem to donate. And it really does tick me off. It's because people really need to just start giving back exactly what they receive. And also another thing that ticks me off is if you're gonna request for P.E.K.K.A.s and high-level troops and then end up giving everyone else archers and barbs, once again, it's gonna tick everyone off. Please don't do that. It's just mean. Instead, keep your donation ratio nice, keep the donations that you give nice, and everyone else will give you stuff in return. Otherwise, there's a good chance that you'll probably get kicked. Number 11 on the list is kind of cruel, but at the same time it kind of isn't. You know when some people go and ask for a P.E.K.K.A. and they're mid-war and they really need that P.E.K.K.A., and then some really big troll. Back in the day, this would be terrible because you would probably not see who donated something to you because you wouldn't be online or something along those lines, and then you couldn't get rid of it. But these days you can get rid of it, so it's all good. So basically, what exactly would happen is you'd ask for a P.E.K.K.A. and they would donate 1 archer to you. Do you know how much that ticks me off? That's happened to me a handful of times. I'll ask for a P.E.K.K.A. or I'll ask for a drag back in the day, and you'll only be able to fit so much. So all of a sudden, someone gives you an archer. You're like, come on. First of all, you just broke rule number 1. You donated something that's wrong. And then rule number 2, you decided to go ahead and basically make it so no one else could donate the right thing to you. So yeah, respect donations. Clash of Clans doesn't really oversee how you do donations too much until the last update. But I feel like people have been screwing around with people when it comes to donations for so long. Number 10 has to do with global. So when we jump into global, you have this little option right here where you can report people. And one thing that ticks everyone off, oh look, it's a person from Quantum's request. But anyhow, when you do this and you report people for absolutely no reason and then they get banned from Clash of Clans for a little bit, that's just terrible, first of all. And second of all, the actual number 10 is to report everyone on global. First of all, you're going to be really lonely, and second of all, you just reported everyone for absolutely no reason. But a lot of people like to do that, and then they get a kick out of it. I have no clue why. Number 9 is kind of cruel depending on how successful you are. So you go into global and you go, I'm a girl. Someone, I don't know, do something to me or whatever the heck. And so you join a clan and someone goes, cool. And sometimes you may be able to get into their clan and you might be able to lure them into potentially liking your clash, if that makes any sense. But the point is that this happens a lot on global, and I see it happening a lot, but it's just one big troll because the person usually ends up being a guy and not a girl, and even if it is a girl, she's trolling just for the heck of trolling. So the thing is, a lot of people do this and then they end up potentially hurting someone without even realizing it. What's funny to them was just this poor, I don't know, like 10-year-old kid who's all lonely, just found himself a girl, and then all of a sudden the girl's like, nah, I'm just a guy who's messing with you. And then he's like, he goes home and he cries and quits Clash. You get my gist? Number 8 has a lot to do with basically war, and so when you're inside of war, there's so many different ways that you can possibly troll because this is one of the greatest places that people troll. So number 8, of course, is making a troll base, alright? If you make a troll base and then you keep it like that, and then you can pretend that you forgot it the following day, and a lot of people have done this to me. They got kicked, but it's okay. So they did their troll bases, and they just instantaneously, we lost 6 stars right there on the spot, because their town hall was on the outside, and all their defenses were shoved into the corner, and that is just mean. Oh wow, we are facing a level 8 clan. This is not going to be pretty. Number 7 also has to do with war, and when you guys are in war, you can donate whatever you want, and sure, they can get rid of it, technically speaking, but at the same time, it's a pain if someone goes around donating wall breakers to every single person. So a lot of people like to do this. They get into war, and then they do number 7 and 6. I'm going to get to number 6 in just a second. So first of all, they're going to donate the wrong troops and tick off the leader, because the leader has absolutely no idea who donated all these wall breakers to random people. No, I can't show you guys, since no one in this clan, at least hopefully no one in this clan would actually do that. Then they do number 6, which is leaving after you're inside of a war. That's just something that everyone seems to do on like a daily basis because they get bored or something, but it's still really bad on the clan's part. And once again, you kind of just lost 6 stars because you won't be attacking. I mean, you could do this cool thing called attacking and then leaving, but I mean, okay, just save your loot, you selfish piece of nothing. So let's go ahead and talk about something that is no longer relevant to this day, and it's number 5 on our list because it used to be really bad back in the day until Clash of Clans fixed it with the last update. Basically, it was you placing lightning spells on top of Dark Elixir and Dark Elixir storages, and it would tick off so many people because there was absolutely nothing they could do about it. There was nothing to counteract that. People would just get Dark Elixir. A lot of people would just gem their lightning spells and just get so much Dark Elixir and be able to upgrade their Barb King over and over and over. And so we're kind of at a disadvantage these days that we can't do that, but at the same time, I'm kind of thankful that I'm actually able to save my Dark Elixir for once. Number 4 is something that's been in Clash of Clans since the very beginning. It's the oldest trick in the book, and it's right there, kind of. It's when basically someone in your clan is helping a completely random person troll. So see, as you guys, it's happening right now. This is hilarious that it's going down right now as I make this video, but as you guys can see, what happens is the person joins your clan. He's not a good person, so you kick the person, but then someone in your clan thinks it's a hilarious idea to keep inviting him, and then you have to keep kicking him over and over and over and over. Now, a lot of people don't realize that doing that just spurs drama. There's no way to fix that. The real way to counteract that is for you guys to simply give him Elder. Now, this solves the issue since all of a sudden they're confused because they wanted to troll and someone in your clan wanted to troll, so of course they can no longer troll. The person in the clan who's trolling leaves, and all of a sudden this person can officially get kicked. But what happens in between is number 3 on our list, and what happens is this person starts to spam the chat, and that's kind of cruel as well since a lot of people share their replays. They're just having a normal conversation. If you just go in there and start spamming the chat, it's just a bad idea. I wonder if this still works. This is a cool way to spam, or at least used to be, unless they fixed it back in the day. Does it still work? Yes, it does. Alright, so that's an interesting way of spamming the chat in case you guys want to do that. There you go. Number 2 doesn't really have to do with us clashers because we wouldn't do it to each other, at least not usually, but something that our friends like to do to us is to go and attempt to raid, sometimes in war. This happened to me once. So basically the person went, trained up a bunch of completely random troops, saw that we could attack this person, clicked that really tempting attack button, spammed a bunch of troops in one spot, and it was the number 1 person. I didn't even get like 20%, and basically we just wasted a war attack just like that. So if your buddy does that to you, it's kind of bad, but there is something even worse that he can do, and it's something irreversible. Once he does this, it's over, and it's really tempting for people who don't play Clash of Clans to do this because it just looks like the obvious thing to do. So first of all, if you have a lot of gems, I guess this could be a 0.5 and a 0.5, which adds up to our number 1 on the list, which is the worst thing you can do in Clash of Clans. And so you see this tempting little town hall right here and how it has 5 million, and say you have enough gems to gem that to town hall 10, or better yet town hall 11 or town hall 7, whatever you are, town hall 8, it doesn't really matter. Point is, if your buddy sees that you have gems, maybe they'll be tempted to spend all your gems, and the best way to spend all your gems is this gigantic town hall in the middle. If they gem your town hall to a certain level, like completely, they don't wait for it to upgrade or anything along those lines, it's over. There's nothing you can do to go back, first of all, and second of all those gems that you worked your butt off to have, they're gone, just like that. So I guess that begs the question, do you think Clash of Clans should have like a accidental downgrade button or accidental ungemming button? Because I feel like this has happened to a lot of people, and I feel like there was absolutely nothing they can do. So next time you see a gemmed player, let's just assume that they didn't gem on their own and their base isn't completely trashed. Let's put the blame on someone else, because maybe I'll make them feel better. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, if so, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me logging off. I'm kidding.
Thanks for being my closest friend, for helping me through everything. I hope you make it to 7 digits of YouTube subs on both accounts. Yeah, talent and you got large amounts and YouTube views too large to count as we go.